What up, guys? Hope you guys are doing good, man. What up, guys? Hope you guys are doing good, man. What up, guys? Hope you guys are doing good, man. What's up, Sir Brian? Damod, Hassan, Ron. Good to see you again, Ron. Oscar, Zach. What up, man? Aravind, Jimmy, Peppy, Buljeet. What up? What up? Just as always, gotta make sure audio is okay. Is the music okay as well? Is music too loud? Want to make sure that's going good. Hey, Hysterect, what's going on? All good, Oscar? Okay, right on, man, right on. I'm just setting up my screens here at the moment here, so give me a second, guys. Hope you guys are all doing good today, man. Got quite a bit of a pullback on the NQ today. Gold being the big old bear as well. I mean, I like. I did say that I was looking for gold to make the push, and it did today, so it didn't let me down, that's for sure. I know quite a few people that I was chatting with on the Discord, as well as some of the students as well, were able to capture the short trade on gold today, so that's always good to hear. Okay, I'm just setting up everything here, guys. Give me a second here. Good. Trade Walt, what up? Hit up Johnny. Ayush, what's going on, man? Imperium, what up? Keki, hello. I'll answer you guys' questions in a bit here. I'm almost set up here, bang. Almost set up here. Get a head start though, man. Let's drop those thumbs up so we can get that giveaway going for you, gang. Bulgy, you still got a piece of the pie, man. That's all that matters. What is going on, AG? AG? Hey, Keki. The FF indicator, there's actually a lot to educate there. I probably won't be able to explain everything here. I'm not the expert on all of how all of it works, but it does end up becoming a Swiss Army knife for you. Ink? I'm not sure. I don't remember, actually. What's up, Devon? Good to see you. I'm just setting up my charts here. I'll be... give me a sec here, gang. We'll let the group roll in as usual, and I'll start doing the chart review as I normally do as well, so we'll give it a bit. Yeah, I haven't really caught up on it, if it's news driven or not. I usually, I'm still getting kind of caught up here, so not too sure about the news component, but it's definitely quite a move, though. I'll go over the chart review in just a bit here, guys. As usual, I'm going to wait until about 10:15. I already had this from earlier on, so we'll leave that there. Drop some thumbs up, guys, as you guys are in the chat already, and we'll get started here in a bit. In about 8 minutes, I'm going to do the chart review. We'll wait for the gang to roll in for now. KG Trade, what up, man? What's up, Future Pest Trader? Aaron, what up, what up? Yacht. What's going on, Jillian? Yo, Robert. Doing well, man. Doing well. Hope you've been doing good. Chris, Rasta Pasta, what up, man? Good to see you guys. In terms of the question of where do we go from here, I mean, that is the question, isn't it? We're back here in this double level spot, so we'll definitely need to make sure we watch this area and see what we do. We'll give it a bit, though. We had quite a bit of a pull down at this point in time, right? And I know everyone's going to constantly try to catch the reversal. If you're a pattern trader, you're probably looking for a wedge breakout right now, which I'll kind of just visualize here for you guys. We'll see if we get the break, though. I'm not interested in a trade at this moment, though. Hey, AXP, going good, man, going good. Yeah, you know, I did talk about that during our last streams, where I said that, you know, a pullback isn't completely out of the question, what we're getting right now. I try not to fight the trend, so just think about it this perspective, is that larger time frames, we obviously have a bigger move to the upside right now. This could simply just be a pullback on the larger time frames, but we've got to recognize that we do have intraday weakness on the session at the moment, so let's not fight that unless we have a structural break to give us an indication. We're kind of forming a double bottom right now, but personally for me, this double bottom, let's double check here, it's kind of forming in the middle of nowhere, to be honest, for me. So again, I'm not too interested. Maybe if we get a break here above the wedge, maybe we might be able to get some sort of a reversal to the upside, but I'm not overly bullish just yet. And gold has been super bearish as well, right? If you guys remember what I said yesterday on stream, I was looking for us to move down to 44.55, right? And we absolutely smashed that today. But we'll talk a little bit about that as well once we get into the meats and potatoes of it. Yeah, let's see what IQ does, man. Let's not fight this. Let's not fight the intraday trend. Yeah, man, all-time high trading can be very difficult, man. I think there are a lot of different strategies and different approaches that we can take on this one, depending on what you use. But that's also why I generally have the all-time high spots generally marked out, which we've pretty much been holding beneath. So I'll talk a little bit about that later as well, because that does play into the technical aspect of why it's coming downwards as well. What's going on, BJ? Hank, no cakes today, man. I had a lot of sweets. No, if you follow me on Instagram already, you may know I've eaten quite a bit today, man. I actually my wife didn't have work today, so took a little bit of time to go out to grab a bite with her. So we went to a lot of places, grabbed a lot of things to eat, snacks, treats, all that type of stuff. So honestly, I'm probably just gonna hydrate today. If anything, I have my water here, and I have some coconut water in my fridge. Just gonna stay hydrated, man. Hitchman, yo, what up, man? I'm gonna trade. Yeah, I'll actually go through the chart in a bit here, man. Yeah, this, if you're talking about yesterday's low, technically this is 2 days ago. I don't know if you're referring to that. That's what I'm saying. This double level spot is a key watch for us today. Let's see what we do. Did I trade today? Yeah, I took a short trade earlier. But that's pretty much it. Not a lot, to be honest. What time do you consider GC open? What is that, Aaron? What do you mean by that? GC open? Algorithmic trading? No bueno for me. For me, some things just shouldn't. Personally, in my opinion, some things shouldn't be automated. I think part of this craft is trading the craft manually. Again, called me old school, but that's just my personal opinion. I know there's a lot of people who have done algorithmic trading, and I don't know, man. I haven't met any real people who have found success, like people who aren't selling something on there already. I haven't really heard a lot of people have success in that arena. So this would be an example if you want to trade the range or trade the channel, the wedge. This is an example where you would attempt to short this back down, but again, I say example because I don't know if that's a good idea at this point. All right, it's 2 minutes away. I'm going to do the chart review in a bit here, gang. 2 minutes, I'll do a chart review. But yeah, just drop those thumbs up, gang. Love to get that giveaway out to you guys. As always, 200 for the first one, 300 for the second one. So sooner we get there, the better. Maybe one of these nights we'll even get 3 giveaways going if we get to 400 thumbs up. What time do you think gold opens? I'm just trying to work on it. Aaron, the assets, they all open at the same time. So there's no given time, actually. That's why I was going to just double check what you meant by GC open. Because technically speaking, all assets open at the same time. Globex is 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You got the Tokyo open at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? They're all the same, man. Yeah, 100%, dude. All right, it's basically 10:15 here, so I'm going to actually do the chart review here. So as always, just a quick early introduction. Welcome, gang, to Project 365. My name's Alan. I'm the pre-London host for this session. There are 5 hosts for us. We should basically stream 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 or 7 days, give or take, depending on how it is. But yeah, I'm here today, and basically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through the NQ and the gold chart review as I do every single stream, and I talk about what I'm looking for, how what we talked about last stream ended up playing out even after we logged off stream, and how that played into the London and the New York session. And then I'll talk about what am I looking for specifically from the given day. Will there be trades taken? Maybe. Will there not? I don't know. We'll see what the market offers us today. Throughout the chat, feel free to ask questions. I do have one of the slower sessions, so I have the time to answer and any questions regarding, you know, anything. I put the comment there: trading, business, career, life, whatever you want to ask, man, ask away. And don't forget to definitely drop a thumbs up on the stream. It obviously means a lot to us. You know, we're dropping a lot of free gems and free education for the community, and so I think the thumbs up and the subscribe goes a long way for us, right? Because we are trying to broaden our reach in the space. So yeah, it helps us a lot, and at the same time, man, free accounts, why not, right? So I do this every stream. 200 thumbs up gives us the first giveaway we can get to. We get to 300 thumbs up, we'll do 2 giveaways. That's the most I've ever done in one stream. If we manage to somehow get to 400, that'd be freaking amazing. I would be gladly able to do a 3rd giveaway, but we'll see what things look like for now, okay? So I am going to get into the chart here now. So we'll go over the NQ first and foremost. As always, I will zoom out and take a look at the larger time frames. You know what? Here you go. You can see how far back on the weekly that we have pulled back. Big sharp. We did talk about this yesterday, if you guys remember. I said that, you know, if we can, it'd be very interesting to see if we could end up closing this gap that we had formed. I said it's a tall order, but it's not impossible. as of right now, seeing that we've pulled back this much, it definitely doesn't seem impossible, because we are right now Wednesday going to Thursday right now, which means that we still have 2 more days of price action that can still take us down into the gap down area. So we'll see. No speculation here. It's just some foresight on the larger time frames of what is possible, and I wouldn't rule that out, to be honest. On the daily time frame, we put in a daily bear spinning top yesterday, and today we opened and basically are pushing downwards with this big heavy red bar that we've got going on here. So do we end up tagging the low or the opening of the candle on Tuesday? Very possible. Let's watch what we do. But again, like I said, we do have this level at 29,756 and 29,736 that I'm looking for a potential bounce at. Now, if we do run right through it, then we run right through it. Let's watch what price does in the smaller time frames to see what happens there, right? On the hourly as well, you can see here that we have closed off bearish on almost every hourly candle, with the sell-off happening over the past couple hours. The fact that we've slowed down this past hour in selling does make me wonder if we have the ability to potentially break up and push back above here into the 875 area, give or take or so, right? We have the probability to, but again, let's watch what we do. Ideally, I would have liked for us to actually tag this level area here before we move back up. So let's just wait and see again what price does on the smaller time frames. You can see here we're still kind of holding beneath the wedge here. So like right now, if you really want to scalp this, I wouldn't blame you for wanting to scalp a short to the downside. But as of right now, that's what that looks like. Now, if I were to go into the prior days here, from yesterday's session, so I want to highlight that first and foremost. Okay, so you can see here that yesterday we had a big push up from our kind of ranging action that we essentially had over the day. Sorry, I just wanted to just double check to make sure I'm looking at this correctly. And as you guys know, you guys already saw me. I shorted this double top yesterday. I shorted gold yesterday. I have full ported longs at the very end of the night just for the sake of it, because, you know, one of y'all degens asked me to do so, so I followed suit with it. But you can see here that after the London session had closed, that 30,118 spot that we had talked about where I shorted acted as a nice break and retest to the upside. So if you managed to catch the longs, that was a pretty solid trade there. And then as we kind of made here, we made our all-time highs at 33.78, right? And pretty much after that, we never really came back to that, right? It looks like the sell-off took out all of this, right? And going into the New York Open, this is where, for me, I naturally would have been fairly bearish. Now, I don't like trading right off the open, so I personally would have never traded this. But I'm just saying that, like, the way that we closed and held beneath the 200 EMA, as you guys know, I always talk about that. And then also the way that we closed beneath the VWAP. So I think these kind of trades are very hard, because unless you're a breakout trader, it makes it very difficult for you to kind of take onto this. But you can see here, though, that the 29,902 reference point that I had here ended up becoming a really good spot. And I know one of my students, Buljeet, actually had caught the longs here, I think off the triple bottom here. This offered a really nice move, and you can even see this from a wedge breakout perspective for those who trade wedges, right? We had that breakout of the wedge, and we basically kind of catapulted from up there. I know my student didn't catch the full move, but still, a piece of the pie is still better than nothing in the end of the day, right? That's how I look at it. Yeah, you can see here that we did end up playing within the range of 30.050, which is the Globex opening print that we had from yesterday, if you guys remember that. The range between up and down between 29,902 and the Globex opening print ended up becoming a pretty solid place to trade the short and the longs if you miss the opening price action move, right? So coming into today and this session right now, we pretty much held beneath that same 31.18 area that I talked about earlier, right, on the prior session, and we basically never went back up from that, right? The way that we've been able to respect the VWAP and the 200 EMA and the old Globex opening print pretty much sent us downwards. And so there were a couple of opportunities here for trade setups. I myself personally was looking for actually this hold beneath, and so I did take the lower high short trade beneath the 30.027 level here, and I just shorted it for about 2R and called it a day. That's pretty much all I gotta stop doing that. That's all I've pretty much done so far. It looks like we are breaking out of this wedge right now, so maybe we might have a retracement up here, up towards 29,900. That's a big tall order. I probably wouldn't shoot all too much for that, but opportunities there for sure. Someone's at my door at the moment. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, okay, guys? But for now, that I'm just going to pause right there for now. I will continue the gold chart review in just a bit here. I'll be right back. Okay, guys? Be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's get back into this again. Okay, so anyways, so that's the NQ right now. We'll see how this plays out. I don't know if this is going to end up making that move. I mean, that's a pretty, even if you don't shoot for 3R, 3R would have been about right here, and 2R would have been about right here. So, looks like 2R is about to hit soon here, though. So this wedge breakout would have been a nice trade for anyone who's taking it. So anyways, so that's the NQ. What we saw essentially was that like as I mentioned earlier, that old all-time high, that 3118 area, ended up acting as a pretty good spot to trade off of in the London session and over the New York session, as well as over the current session as well. So all in all, the move's moving quite strongly right now. Do we reverse all the way back up? Now, if price on the NQ continues to move up right now, I'm gonna let it run. I probably would not expect much resistance until we come back into this area here. So between 29,902 to the 29,916 level, that's kind of where I would be expecting a little bit of resistance, assuming that price does move back up there. And then I also would make the comment that if the VWAP and the 200 EMA also just so happens to be coinciding in that area as well, definitely gives me a little bit more reassurance that there might be a short opportunity to take there, assuming that we want to play that continuation back to the downside. But I know that we'll have to let the chart tell the story and see what it wants to do. There's no certainty of what it's going to do, right? So, and also I know I just kind of got back from just now. So just, again, for those who are just kind of hopping on here, welcome to Project 365. My apologies. I actually stepped away there for a bit because someone was at the door there. But I am going to hop into the gold trade review now, okay? So same thing here. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I need to make sure I copy and paste this over. Oh, it's already there. What am I doing? What about this? There you go. All right, so we're going to talk about the gold chart. You guys know that I've been a big old bear on gold for like the past few weeks, and I am really glad that we're finally starting to see this breakdown. on gold. And so we are tagging a pretty, pretty important area. And I think that we can keep moving lower? Yeah. I think that if we could break past that 43.88 AOY, which you'll see when I go into the smaller time frame, I think we have very good possibility to take 4,300. Will that be today? I don't know, but just my speculative thought on that right now. Yeah, the daily time frame we're starting to break down as well. If you have been watching my prior streams, I talked about the breakdown of the daily consolidation here, which then now we looked like we were trying to bounce back here, maybe like a double bottom back to the upside, but we failed that, and since then we've just been kind of pummeling back down here, right? And that's the daily. Now on the hourly time frame as well, I mean, it looks like very similar to the NQ. It looks like it's trying to hold this level here to see if we can move higher. I do very much think that tagging 43.88.7, this AOI is not out of the question for tonight. But let's see what price wants to do and if it really does want to come down or not. As always, I like to go back into the smaller time frame and see if price offers that a capability. Both NQ and gold looks like it's trying to do a very similar thing right now. I mean, this falling wedge is already broken out at this point, right? As you can kind of see here. So this chart for me isn't as clean as NQ personally, but I can see that we are trying to regain strength here for longs. So, is there a plausibility to catch longs on gold here? It's possible. I mean, essentially from here, you'd be risking about 7 points for about, what, 7.8 right here. I think that's a very healthy ask, to be honest. I don't think that's out of the equation for a 1 hour trade for gold. And if we were to take a look at gold as well, just in terms of the prior session, what did we do here, right? You can see here yesterday, pretty much after we had that big pummel down. If you guys remember, I actually took the short trade here. You guys may not remember that, but this is where I shorted gold and I caught my 2 mini contract trade down into the channel here. Going into the London session as well after, you can see here that we did respect that same level again at 45.27. With that 200 EMA crossing through as well at the same time, and that pretty much just sent us down. And like honestly, if you were able to catch the short trade on the overnight, again, really depends on your choice of entry point, but that move down was a pretty massive move. And I did say, if you watch back my old stream, you'll remember me saying that I'm looking for us to tag 44.55. It was very possible to get there, and we did get that actually after we had logged off. So basically, price after the London Open leading into 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we ended up tagging the 44.55. So anyone who managed to hold the gold trade all the way down there, I mean, obviously, freaking congratulations. That was a massive move to the downside. Over the course of the New York session, I honestly wouldn't have felt good longing this at all. Someone may have a strategy for wanting to take this, but me personally, I would have wanted to wait for a short. I can see here, we kind of got faked out here. This bearish reaction to the downside of 44.55. I can see if someone tried shorting this, they probably would have gotten wrecked, unfortunately, by this. But that's that, right? Coming up into the area here, though, like again, if you assuming that you skipped all of this, right? The next short trade that I really liked was up here, and if you remember, I marked this channel actually from yesterday's stream. And so this channel going and coinciding with the 200 EMA offered a nice rejection with a nice lower high. So if you would have short this, you would have had a nice decent move to the downside, basically from channel to channel. Other than that, over the New York session, I'm just looking at this right now, I don't think there's much of an other trade that I would have liked overall over the course of that. And then coming into today, that 44.87 area and the Globex opening print ended up acting as a strong rejection. At 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we had that big rejection bar that closed beneath the VWAP, the 200 EMA, as well as that key channel that we were talking about, which pretty much from there on out, it just kind of sent us all the way down. I'm sure some of you guys are probably kicking yourselves in the ass right now because you're like, man, did I close my position early? But as always, man, I mean, how do you predict that the move is going to be this strong, right? Like, you can never predict that. So, overall, you can kind of see here, though, like all the way down to where we are. An 80-point move on gold to the downside is a pretty massive short. So, anyways, just wanted to make that comment there. That's a pretty banger short if you caught it. I'm gonna take a peek over at NQ. The NQ hit. Oh, so there you go. So guys, that NQ trade there off the break of the wedge that we talked about, that 2R was locked in, 3R was locked in, and even 4R was locked in. So anyone who took that long trade, I mean, congratulations. Again, I know I had to step away there really quickly, but that breakout trade was pretty nice. What's gold doing? Gold looks like it's trying for that as well. It's trying to break into that area as well. This would have been a 1R trade though for gold. Again, 2R trade is possible, but a little bit more risky, personally, in my opinion. I think the 1R is a lot better on the setup here. But yeah, that's kind of like the overall chart review that I want to touch on both gold and NQ. I'm just going to catch up on the chat here because I know I missed some stuff here. So give me a second here, guys, okay? We'll continue talking about the chart in just a bit here. I just want to make sure I answer my questions, answer any questions in the chat. Hey Devon, you've been struggling with some psychology. What's been the big thing for you, my man? What's holding you up in psychology wise? Oh, there you go, Oscar. I was not aware that gold had a slight difference in their opening print. What up, Mobex? Big boy. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do it again tonight. Maybe we'll do it again tonight. We'll see how we feel. Hey, Green Globe. Marco, hello. No bubble tea, Robert. Not tonight, man. Not tonight. Ink trading, man. My man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad it's been helpful. I lose 204 on 1 micro pretty much every night. There's nobody that can choose the very worst moment to enter trade like I can. M Platinum. Of course, I don't obviously know what's going on with your trading and what's been causing your challenges. But yeah, you know, I think that when you're talking about taking a loss of 400 on 1 micro, that is a lot. I mean, that is quite a lot considering the Asia session. Maybe these days they move quite wildly, but that's pretty tough, man. I mean, I don't know what to say to what could be causing it, but what I can say is like maybe try to simplify your trading a little bit. Tunnel it down to maybe 1 or 2 strategies and start journaling that and see what your statistics are. I don't know if you're strategy hopping right now, M Platinum, but something about it makes me feel like maybe you are, because that is quite a bit of a loss to take on 1 micro though, man. I'm sorry to hear, man. Baljeet, you're in longs now. What's your target? What's your PT, man? Gold is not for the weak. Gio Chavez, 100%, my man. Gold is like crazy. M Platinum, man, don't beat yourself up, bro. Don't beat yourself up. I don't know how long you've been trading for, but you got to take your time at it, man. Have the patience, work at it, right? This is not an easy craft to get over. It takes time. It takes time to master this craft, and maybe even master is the wrong word. It takes time to get good at this craft, right? So you got to be patient with yourself. I mean, there's no one else that's gonna help you be patient other than yourself. $29,895 for Baljeet's price target. 29,895. 29,895. Oh, okay, I see it. I see it. For a second there, for some odd reason, I thought your PT was like all the way up here for a second there. Scared me. Do you still blow accounts or you pass this phase? Hassan, any trader that tells you that they don't blow accounts, I don't care how experienced they are, is lying to you. 100%. 100%. The only, I mean, I think that maybe the rare nuance where a trader might not be failing is if they truly are only trading on days where it makes sense to trade. Like for me, for example, I'm on stream with you guys 5 days a week. I am going to take stab at trades with you guys, just to take trades, right? Not all of them are going to be A+, and that's just part of it, right? But if I were to sit around and wait for A+ every single night, there's probably a good chance that I might only take 1 trade out of the 5 streams that I take, right? So it's part of the process, Hassan. The way I look at it is that you got to accept the fact that you're going to take losses. If you take losses but you learn from them, then it's not that bad. It's only if you keep repeating those same losses over and over and over again, because from an emotional standpoint, you're struggling to manage your own psychology, then that's a little bit more of a different problem that you have to overcome. And Hassan, I'm just reading through the chat here more. Yeah, if you're feeling frustrated, man, I mean, again, today might not be the day you trade. You might have to just sit on your hands, man. Like if you're not in the mental space to do so, it's not worth over pushing yourself. And M Platinum, yeah, man. Over trading is brutal, man. I always say don't overstay your welcome. That's like at a casino, man. You stay there long enough. At some point, you're gonna lose it, right? At some point, you could give it back to the casino. Monstack, 2 minutes, just one of the time frames I use. No other reason other than it works for the system that I trade. I wouldn't wait. I don't know if I would wait for a pullback to buy more, to be honest. Based on the way we're going right now, I wouldn't trust a pullback on the NQ. I think that if we pull back, we might just keep going further, to be honest. I'm thinking that this NQ just needs to continue to follow through until we make it up here to this 2900 area that I kind of spoke about earlier when I did the chart review. Okay, Devon. Okay, so the breakout trade you mentioned, I have been waiting for that for the last hour. I did take it. Now the problem is I usually do 2 to 5 MNQs whenever I'm entering the trades. I enter just 2. Right now the problem is I usually do 2 to 5 MNQs whenever I'm entering the trades. I enter just 2. Devon, what do you mean by that? Are you in this long trade right now on the NQ? And are you in on 2 MNQs instead of 5? Is that what you're saying? Aaron, in terms of like the level, like the specific level, the terminology, that is actually part of the mastermind. So that's all, as much as I would love to share, that's not my sauce to give out. That is literally Jake Ritchie's system. So I think that if you use, I just put it on the Discord there. I think code stream still gives 50% off and you get access to all the mastermind videos. So I definitely recommend giving that a shot if you're interested in doing so. And then in terms of all the other reference points that are on the chart as well, those are just done from different time frames, like hourly, 4-hour, daily, weekly. Just really depends on what you're looking at. I kind of draw them on all levels based on the areas of interest that I'm looking at. And plan. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, you recognize that overtrading is your challenge, right? So now it's really about putting in parameters for yourself so that you don't wind up stuck in that cycle, right? Yeah, Devon, I mean, I think that to your point, you guys just got to remember that your stop loss is meant to be the line in the sand that tells you your trade is no longer valid. So the idea of holding your losers for too long really shouldn't be happening if you trust your plan. And then the other thing could simply just be that you might be trading without a plan. And if that's the case, that's a different problem, right? Overtrading is many people's problem, man. You're seeing the people kind of chiming in here, right? I don't think any one of you guys are alone. Overtrading is definitely part of the problem for everyone. Aloha, nice, man. Keki, way to catch that long, man. Way to catch that long. Sometimes, Devon, you might just need to take a step away, man. Just walk away from the charge for a day or two. I think the desire, the need to keep forcing trades is just super, super unhealthy, right? You gotta, like, you think about it myself. I talk about this almost every stream, and just for some of the newer guys that are here, for those who don't know, I myself have had a massive year last year, and I've already had a pretty decent year this year. And in that, right, you would just automatically assume that just because I'm coming out of such a strong year, I would just try to keep pushing more. The reality is I'm actually going the complete opposite direction right now. I'm actually saying, you know what? I've had a pretty good year and a half. I'm going to take it easy, right? And so you have to be able to, as a trader, look at this and say, you know what? I'm good. I'm content. I'm going to take a day off. I'm going to take a week off. Remember, trading is like an entrepreneur, right? It's not a linear path. You're not clocking in, clocking out 5 days a week like it's a full-time job. That's not what it is here, guys. Like when it comes to trading, you got to know when to stop. That means that you have when you're on your win streak, you got to know when to take a break. When you're in a losing streak, you got to know when to take a break, right? Either way, man, you just got to know, right? I know it's tough. Especially when you got prop accounts that are telling you that you have a minimum trading day of 1 day, 2 day, whatever it may be. I know it makes it even harder, man. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. 100%, Chris. I mean, Devon, it's yeah, for yourself, man. Comes back to just journaling and figuring out like where your misses could be in that run, right? Adam Atake, do you manually trade journal your trades? I basically what I do, I use trader stats, and I port trades over, and then I basically put my journal notes in there from there on out. Is essentially what I do. So this right here is trader stats, and so I'll put like my journal notes in here, for example, and if I click on it, you'll see like the journal notes that I have in here. Like you'll see the trade that I took, but then you'll also see my notes that I put down as well. And that's essentially it. And this is what I was talking about when I was talking about payouts. Like it's been a strong, I have had a massive payout year last year. I'm having a great payout year this year. And even then though, through all of that, I'm still personally not interested in trying to beat my record last year. Like that's not even something that's even on my mind. So that's what I'm just trying to say, that like, if you can't learn to take a break when you're having tough times, when you're losing or when you're winning now, it's not going to make a big difference if you suddenly make it later on in the future. And this is the idea of what people say, like, if you can't manage your money when you're in a tough situation or when you're in the lower income bracket, and you think that just because you'll have more money, you'll solve that problem, that's not always going to be the case, right? Sometimes what wealth does to you is it just amplifies your habits or your problems, right? And I'm not saying that that's always going to be apples to apples for everyone, but I'm just relating to you guys right now that like if there are some of these bad behaviors, you got to nip in the bud now. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to scale that further, right? The way I look at it is that as you start off, you know, you're as a journey, we're starting with 1 micro, 2 micro, 3 micro, and then one day we'll get into minis, and then 1 mini, 2 mini, 3 mini. Like for me, maximum is 3 minis. That's the max. That's me full porting on a funded account, right? But there are traders out there that are doing way more than that, right? And so I think that that's what I mean by that is as you're getting better and you're getting more comfortable, you're just essentially scaling your size as you get more comfortable. Or maybe you might just say, you know what? I don't want to scale my size. I'm just happy consistently executing with this size because mentally I am the most stable, and it also my execution is the most consistent when I do it this way, right? So again, just some of my 2 cents for the whole community here. I know that was a specific answer to Adam and like Devon, but that's just giving you guys my 2 cents. Have I tried to trade options? Yes. If you watch, I'll share my YouTube here in a bit. Here, actually, where's my YouTube? I posted my recap actually on how my year ended last year, and it's all there actually. Last year I achieved my option success in 6 figures last year, trading it for about 4 months, and I've had a strong start on options this year as well. I've just taken a break from trading options in general because I'm not really trading New York these days. Yeah, man. I think some of the chat guys, you guys are talking, you know, being a good loser is so important. And I'm not even referencing any books right now. I'm just saying in general, right? In your career, in your life, if you looked as a step back as a loss, then you're always going to have a hard time being successful and being able to push forward, right? Just imagine that if you took every step back as a complete reversal backwards, right? And why would that make any sense? You taking a step back is just simply a learning curve. It's part of the process. I always tell people in the career world, corporate business world, and I'll say the same thing in trading. If you're not willing to lose, then you're not willing to learn. If you think that anyone out there is doing this and not losing, you're honestly in a whole other realm of your mind, and it's just not realistic. We all lose. All of us do. Even that's why a lot of times, even when people like message me on Instagram and they see my monthly recaps, right? And they're like, "Man, Alan, that's a crazy month. How did you achieve that?" Yeah, like no losing days. And I think the key word there is days. I may not have had losing days, but I absolutely have losing trades, and I always do. I mean, if otherwise my win rate would be 100%, right? But I think that because of the way that I take my trades, the way that I rotate my accounts, it's how I end up green at the end of the day. But you've got to be able to manage yourself and be able to say, hey, you know what? I lost today, all good, part of the process, on to the next, right? Chris. Yeah. You back with a vengeance, too. Yeah, Devon. No, all good, man. And I think you have me on Instagram already, so don't ever hesitate to just reach out there as well. I mean, Pinko, you know, I mean, I think that's very valid too. I mean, the challenge that Pinko is talking about, how like he has a hard time holding his winners. Sometimes he'll move his stop losses and stuff like that. A lot of that again comes back down to often P&L watching, sizing too high, or not really understanding your own probability as a trader. Right? Those are all things that will make you doubt yourself. Demarcus, what up, man? What up? Baljeet, so does that mean you're completely out of the trade now? What up, Eshram? Liz, Luckham. Welcome, man. Welcome. Well, if you just hopped in, I think you, the question of if my trading is as great, I don't know if you saw my my payouts from last year and this year. So I would say I do decent. I do decent, my friend. Yeah, Rob, just reach out to me on Instagram if you are curious. I do program like program mentorships, but I also just do like one-off one-on-ones as well. People want to just hop on and pick my brain about a couple things, or want my help refining things. We could always set something up. Stock market J, you're almost there, man. You're almost there. Just keep at it, man. Baljeet, we'll take it offline later on. I'm kind of curious where you ended up moving your stop loss, just to help you improve your management of your trade. But solid trade nevertheless, Baljeet. Demarcus, honestly, every single time I see your name, man, that's all I literally think about was that conversation. Congratulations, man. I hope you have like a fire date this Friday. Adam, just reach out to me on Instagram if you're curious about one-on-ones. We'll see what we can do to set up things, and if I'm the right fit for you. Yeah, you could email me too. That would work. Do you have Discord, Pinko? Baljeet, at least you're being honest. This is my Discord username. You guys should just add my Discord there if you don't have Instagram. I prefer Instagram usually just because Discord can get really messy for me, but yeah, Trade Walt remembers that. I did a free webinar. A few months ago. Actually, I don't know, maybe even longer than that. I actually had talked about that. I made the comment of that if you want business level results in anything you do, then you got to treat it as such. You treat your business like a hobby, and guess what? You get the byproduct of that. And so I'll tell you right now, with a lot of the people that I've come across, people who've come to me and say, hey, Alan, I want to work with you. I want to become a better trader. And I'm not saying everyone will react this way, but once I start actually putting in the work with them and going over like the hard work that's required, let's just say a lot of them end up just kind of flaking afterwards, and like I don't hear from them again. And it's because I think it's just people just don't realize that there is a lot of work that goes behind this, and you have to be willing to put it in, man. Like it's not easy. It's not easy, man. But yeah, man, this long trade would have been a freaking banger. I know I had to walk away earlier, but total so far 7R. What about gold? Gold too. That long trade I called out earlier. So far, what are we at now? Did we get 2R on this? Yeah, we got 2R, literally to the wick. So far, 2R on gold and 7R on NQ, man. Pretty solid. Oh, man. Right, guys. Sorry to hear, man. You know what? Someone told me that the other day, too. I don't know. I guess I have, like, a privacy setting that I didn't realize I had set up. That's really weird because I find that sometimes some people are able to add me randomly, too. Yeah, stock market, Jay. I think there's a fine line of difference between like um, taking a class and working with someone. I always say taking a class is like getting a gym membership, right? You have all the equipment, you have all the resources, and you all have all the instruction, but there's no one really nurturing you, right? Whereas a personal trainer, in this case a mentor, is there to put like nutritional plans together, discipline plans, work you harder than you think you could actually, work, push you to your limits, right? That's why I think mentoring is super valuable. I don't trade ICT at all. I have nothing against it. I don't know anything about it, so I don't trade it. I do 100% prefer the NQ over ES. Not even a question. You're in NQ longs at 29,824. So you're from here. I think right now, anything between 29,902 and 29,917 is gonna be a bit risky, DeMarcus, is what my comment would be. But do what you can, man. Whatever your plan was, I mean, stick to it. I'm just telling you that that's probably where I would trim if you have anything to trim. Yeah, Ron, that's fair. That's fair. This area is going to be a potential risk, though, where we're at. I'm not saying that we can't break past it. I'm just saying it's definitely a place to watch. Jay, this is like deja vu. That's literally how my relationship with DeMarcus started, man. He started asking me about that. I mean, I did say right here, you can ask me literally anything about life. So, I mean, Jay, if you want to talk about that, man, fire away, my friend. Yeah, I could totally add you, my friend. Give me a second here. I'm gonna try to add you right now. Give me a second here. Pinko, I just sent you a friend request, my friend. How do you see 1 hour, 4 hour chart? Is it a V shape? Tunkanata. What do you mean by that question, my friend? Could you ask that again? I'm not really too sure what your question is. Buzz Vibe Topics. Just reach out to me on Instagram, my friend. Anyone who wants to reach out about that, just reach out to me on Instagram. I don't have my own Discord, Stock Market J. I'm a moderator in two different Discords. That's pretty much all I am, which is the reason why I always talk about the Rake Discord as well, because that's where you're going to get the, not just my channel, but that's also where you get the mastermind access as well. And I think that most people are really looking for those mastermind videos. So I'll leave it there again as the Discord link, but well, my girlfriend's going on a girls' trip to Miami, and she asked me if I'm okay with it. I said, sure, go have fun, but I'm so concerned, did I do the right thing? Jay, okay, so, man, okay, I don't know if I want to go too hard on this. First and foremost, the question I already have is, it's interesting that, I mean, I think it's great that your girlfriend's asking you if it's okay to go to Miami. Sometimes I wonder where that question comes from. Like, is she asking you out of permission? Is she asking you because she knows you're insecure? Or is she asking you because there's maybe another underlying issue there? I don't know. I don't want to put too much thought into that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, there has to be some level of trust, right? Like, I mean, whatever the girls are doing. And I also don't know how long you've been in a relationship for. Because that also plays a factor in that as well. If you're early on in a relationship, you can't really ask a lot from her. But in the same regard, though, right, depending on what you guys are agreed upon in your relationship, I think that there has to be some level of respect for each other. So if you've been in a relationship long enough with each other and you've established some like values and some key lines, then I think that's something that you guys can probably talk about more of. Because like personally for me, if I was, again, in a year's relationship or whatever it may be, if my significant other told me that, hey, you know what, I want to go to the club, I mean, I think the first and foremost, the weird thing for me is that I wouldn't even be really interested in someone who likes the club all the time anyways. So I think that sometimes in some ways as well as that, like, you have to ask yourself, like, how, as an individual, do you guys have aligned values? Because I think a lot of the times where most relationships fail, whether early, midway, or at some point in the relationship, they either fail because of the lack of values, that they don't have the aligned values, or your guys' communication is very broken, which means that you're constantly playing the guessing game, assuming game, and you're not actually transparently talking to each other and setting clear expectations and boundaries in your relationship. So those are my two things. I mean, honestly, that's a can of worms that I can go into, but I don't know, Jay, if that even helps at all. Jesse James, what up, what up? I don't trade fibs, so I didn't see that. 769, 769, 769. I would have looked at that as more of just a double bottom respect of the wedge. But yeah, man, if there was a fib there, amazing. If you caught that, that's awesome, man. Congrats. Ink Trading, do you not have Instagram either? I sent you an invite, Ink Trading, just because you asked. Gotcha. So, I mean, right now, Tunkanada, sorry, darn, gonna put your name here. I think that right now what we're doing on price is we're retracing, obviously, a very heavily sell-off right now. So I'm just watching. Like, at this point in time, I'm not interested in chasing longs. I'm watching for shorts, to be honest, to see if we can continue back down. It's the reason why I haven't taken a trade, because I've already missed the key entry that I called out earlier. At this point in time, I'm just watching to see if there's a short opportunity that I can take up here somewhere. Jason Bragg, nice, nice. Yeah, Zach, I agree with you, man. Not chasing anything here. Hey, that's awesome, JT Lakers. Way to go. DeMarcus, man, you're gonna freak out Jay there. Your guys' advice with him is hilarious, guys. You want to clip the relationship advice for the gram? I'll tell you now, as a relationship, and I just want to put it out there because it's difficult, and I think that me as a personality, I've always had the personality of someone who is, loyal, and I also believe that loyalty is a two-way street. You give what you get. I don't talk a lot about my personal life too much on social media, nor do I post about it too much. Hence why even sometimes when I post photos of my kids, I kind of censor them out. But with my significant other, we've been together for over 20 years. And in that 20 years, we've really never fought even at all. And a big part of that is because the one thing that I know I do well at, and I'm not saying this just to say it, because I know some people will always try to brag about their own strengths here, right? But even if you ask my partner or people who are in my life, I'm really, really big on communication. I'm the type of person, I remember early on in our relationship, if my partner and I were having some sort of disagreement, I would not, I would not want us to go to bed upset or in a disagreement or misaligned in any way or form. I've always encouraged communication, and I've always managed those expectations as well. And I think a big part of relationship as well, whether you're in a relationship, a marriage, or whatever it may be. Again, this is totally crazy that we're going on to this topic of conversation, but what I like to always say is that if you can always ensure that the vision of the future that you're trying to build is constantly being reminded in the form of communication, then it helps keep the relationship longer and stronger as well. Like for me, I have a roadmap of what I want to accomplish in life, right? Whether it's like business accomplishments, career accomplishments, whatever that may be. And I can tell you right now that at every step of the way, I'm always keeping my partner in the loop of what I'm trying to do. Even if she has no idea what that even means or how she's going to contribute, I share that so that she's always in the loop of like kind of the journey that we're on. And so I think that in a relationship, that communication is really critical if you want to go somewhere further, right? I think the idea of always, having conflict because you're misunderstanding each other, it just leads you down a pretty horrible path, right? So anyways, that's enough relationship advice on my end. That's just my 2 cents. Nancy Olvera. There's nowhere really to actually learn my strategy actually, because I don't have a class per se. I just mentor students. So I have like a mentorship program that I can do that's like full time with people, or I will occasionally take on one-on-ones here and there as well. So it kind of really just depends. You could reach out to me on Instagram though if you kind of have questions about anything like that, and we can always try to set something up that way. I'll just leave my Instagram there for you, Nancy. Actually, just go check my internet speed. A second here. Okay. And you guys are blowing up this chat right now. I'm just trying to go through this. I don't look at multiple indexes. Yeah, I don't play the confluence game when it comes to like ES and all that other stuff. Morning, Stagum Trade. Thanks for the love, guys. That used to be always the joke, by the way, guys, when my old trade name used to be Uchiha Trades in the Mastermind Rake Discord. Whenever I would like call out a Tesla call or a trade or whatever it may be, I would always use the Sharingan like GIF before the trade, and then I obviously used like the Mangaku Sharingan after the trade's completely complete. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a Naruto nerd like that. I don't watch anime anymore, but that's like my favorite anime of all time. To Marcus, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Being on the stream is supportful enough, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, honestly, Riot guy, I find that if you're losing your temper over a trade, you have to ask yourself, is it the trade that's really upsetting you? Or is there other things in your life that's actually creating that emotion, and that the trade just so happens to be the trigger that caused it? Now, if trade really is the issue, you might need to really just step away, because like in the end of the day, a trade does not make up your entire day. I think those are moments where you might need to be able to just step back and walk away, right? There's no name of the strategy, DLPGC. It's just honestly, I was just talking about the wedge because I know from a pattern perspective, it's something that people look at. You can also look at this as a double bottom as well. I actually don't trade breakouts, believe it or not. I might be able to call them out, but I don't trade breakouts personally. Liz Luckham, you know it, man. I love my Naruto soundtracks. Keeps the mood, keeps the mood. You don't want to eat another man's ranch dressing. Did I miss something here? What does that have to do with anything? Oh, right, guy. I haven't been to Miami before, actually. Probably makes no sense for me to go there anymore either. It's not that I'm retired from anime. I just don't have the time to watch anymore. I don't have the time to do anything. Like, technically, if you think about it, man, I'm on the move every day. I sleep 5 hours a day. I don't have a break in between pretty much, so. Ron G, my man. I know, I had to change my name though, man. I didn't want to get sued for trademark issues. No problem, Jay. I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't have a Tanwan. I don't actually work a job on itself. I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm never gonna give up my entrepreneur role. I do what I do in the entrepreneur world because I love what I do. And to be honest, I find entrepreneurship more fulfilling than trading. I know it's kind of crazy for me to say that as I'm streaming about trading, but like, I don't get me wrong, I enjoy trading, but trading is for me. Entrepreneurship is for the community. It's for the people around me. It's for my loved ones, right? Like, it's just a different journey. That's the reason why I enjoy mentoring people on trading and in business, because like, I find that if I'm just trading by myself, it's not really that fulfilling. I mean, it sounds crazy and it sounds weird, and maybe some people might not ever really understand it, but growing up with nothing, I've always been about giving back. So just making money for myself is just not as fulfilling as like lifting other people along the way. No, I have never actually even watched Avatar, the Airbender, Zach. Hey man, if breakout trades have been working for you, my man, DLP, amazing. Keep at it, man. I like trading break and retests. Ali. I mean, technically speaking, if you think about it, a breakout can be a continuation at the same time. I guess like the way that I view breakouts might not be the same as what other view breakout. Like, I always have to have some sort of a signal bar before I do it. This might sound crazy, but could you review my text message with a lady and mentor me? Are you gonna DM me on Instagram about this about your date? So I guess, you know, as people are asking about the breakouts, just know what I mean by that, right? When I say I don't trade breakouts, I'm not like a momentum breakout trader. I'll trade price as it's moving up, but it's not necessarily just as simple as it's breaking out. Like, I'd usually have to have candle confirmation and other confirmations with me from a structure perspective for me to take it. That's essentially what I mean by that. Yeah, I'm too innocent. I'm too innocent, right, guy? Louis Pham. I mean, I think you got to look back at your journal, my man. I think in any case, when you look at your success, is that you gotta relish in your success in the same way that you relish in your losses, right? I think a lot of people in trading always just look at like, oh, they'll take a look at why am I losing, but you also have to look at why were you winning? Were you winning because you actually had an edge, or were you winning at a fluke, right? Nice, DeMarcus, 100 points, man. Lock it in. %. It is about building something. M. Brown. You can tag my name, actually. Azheng. My name's Alan. I'm not Christian. Christian is Lamelli. He trades the Power Hour over New York. Revenge trading implies that you are taking every loss that you take very personal. And you got to be able to remove yourself from the paradigm of the fact that trading and a loss is a personal attack on who you are as a person. It's being able to set your ego and pride aside, right? I will put on my bucket list to potentially watch Avatar with my kiddo. Think about entering breakouts on a previous day high, low candle. Again, if I was using that, I'd rather play a break and retest Stark Market J than a breakout, personally. I am not an older brother, Amon. I'm actually a younger brother. My sister's 5 years older than me. Do I size up on my A+ setups? Absolutely. I absolutely do. For me, an A+ setup, if I have it, everything stars aligned, that's a 3 mini contract trade for me. I look exactly like Lamelli. First, I'm told that they think that I'm Jake Ritchie. Now I'm Christian. Yo, man. Skin tone between Christian, me, and Jake. 3 different shades of color, my friend. Hey, happy to hear that you passed that Apex account, man. That's awesome. If this is your first time also here, I always tell people that I'm a banana. I'm Asian on the outside and very much white on the inside. Ooh, look at gold, guys. That 2R spot was basically the pivot point. Look at that pullback on gold. I'm actually quite surprised, man. We got like 350 people on here right now, but only 189 thumbs up. We're 11 thumbs up away from doing a giveaway, gang. Please tell me you guys want a giveaway. I mean, if you guys don't want it, that's okay too, but I'm shocked. I'm shocked, guys. I just mean like I'm more talkative. I'm more outgoing, I guess you could say, than most Asians are. Asians are very reserved. I carry a lot of the Asian, European family values in that regard, and the beliefs and philosophy. But I am a lot more like out there than the traditional Asian, if that makes sense. Yeah, for those who are hopping in and wondering why I haven't taken a trade, it's because I already missed my trade, and I don't feel like chasing anything right now. That long trade was it. I mean, think about it. If you entered there right now, you're basically up 10R now. That's insane. I know a lot of you guys caught that long too, so good stuff, guys. Gold offered that 2R trade. That was pretty much it right now. Oh, we're at 200 thumbs up now. Let's go. Good stuff. Okay, well, we're gonna do the first bit of the giveaway here. You know, Aloha, I am an introvert though, believe it or not. It takes a lot for me to do what I do, like energy wise. Like I actually do value just laying down, I don't know, reading a book, watching some TV by myself. Like that's like my recharge time. But yeah, I'm obviously through my profession and corporate and all that stuff, it's built me to the person who I am today. No, I'm technically Chinese. I'm Chinese. I don't speak it much, but I am. Playing poker, man. I hope you're winning. Where do I see the gold floor today? Let's see. I think this 4388, and then within the channel of 4380 is there. If we break through that, I think we're going all the way to 4300. That's my personal opinion on gold. Hear me speak some Chinese, man. Oh man, I don't know. I don't wanna embarrass myself. I already said I'm a banana. Don't make it more obvious that I'm a banana. All right, I'm going to type it here, guys. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to change this because the next giveaway will happen at 300 thumbs up. But for now, how to participate in giveaway. All right, guys, we're going to get this bot going here, and then we will get the giveaway going. Hola is hello in Chinese. I think that's a completely different language, my friend. All right, the giveaway started now, guys. Let's drop your enters in the chat. Your question about using the code, it's not anything for me specifically, it's for the Rake Trades network as a whole. So if you actually scoop up any accounts right now with any of the prop firms and use code RT and code Rake, it helps out my man Jake Ricci. It's not specifically for me as a host though, if that's what you're asking. We're here as one team looking to build out the Rake Trade network. We want to span our reach across. That's the reason why we're talking a lot about subscribing and dropping thumbs up and helping out, because anything to help us build the algorithm so more and more people are exposed to us will mean the world to us. Jaworski, are you what indicator are you referring to, my friend? Are you just talking about the ones that are on my screen? These are just classic ones. If you're talking about the FF indicator, then that's a different one. That's a privately developed one. It's not developed by me. I just use it. It's not my own thing though. Oh, the one over there? That's the FF indicator. Yeah. You can message me on Instagram though. I can send you the links for that, but it's not a public one. We got 10 seconds left here, and then we'll announce the winner of the giveaway. All right, we're going to announce the winner. You guys can stop spamming the chat now. You guys can stop spamming the chat. We are going to announce our winner of the giveaway. Mr. Jazza469, you are the winner of the giveaway. I need proof of life here, my friend. Are you here? Jazza, are you here, my friend? Nice try, Stock Market J. I need my proof of life, man. Jazza, you there? Jazza. Oh yeah, you are there. Let's go. Alright, Jazza, reach out to me on Instagram, my friend. Reach out to me on Instagram and just show me that your YouTube profile and what have you, and I'll after the stream I'll send you the code. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Facts, man. Let's get the 300 thumbs up, guys. Let's get there. London Open. Well, let's see what the bar reaction looks like. London's opening in about, what, almost 40 minutes here. It'd be interesting to see how much of this move we retrace. I don't have any speculation just yet. I'm going to give it some time. Let's see where price develops as we move on the chart. Take it easy, Stock Market J. Thanks for tuning in as always. Yeah, I know this bearish move came out of nowhere, but you know what? With how high or how hard we keep breaking to all-time highs, I mean, a little bit of pullback's not too crazy, not out of the question. Total trade opportunity on the NQ here was about an 11R trade. Pretty sick, man. 11R trade. What was it? 124 points, give or take. Kind of crazy, man. Kind of crazy to see that happen. Through my back testing, Leo or Lio, I just found that it wasn't a very high probable thing for me. It's the only reason, really, to be honest. honestly. Asia and London is pretty banging, man. I don't know if Ron's still here, but I think Ron agrees. Asia's pretty banging, man. Kind of hard not to love it. Looks like that second gold bounce as well. We talked about the 2R gold bounce earlier. We had a 1R gold bounce so far with this re-entry. Have a good night, DeMarcus. About 28 thumbs up away from hitting 300 thumbs up, guys. Mind the Dave. Oh, welcome, my friend. Welcome to Project 365, man. Is this your first time on the pre-London stream with me, or just the first time on the Reg Trades Network in general? I'm curious. Depending on the M Brown, it depends on the session, my friend. Depends on the session. If you want to tag me, by the way, it's best to actually tag. It's best to actually tag my name instead. Sorry. There you go. Azheng Trades. That way I actually see your thing. Like right now I saw your tag. It's all good, but in case I ever miss it. I do hold my trades. If you look at my trader stats, give me a second here. You will see here on average for this month, I've held my trade for about 20 minutes. You can see here. And if you look at my prior months, 17 minutes, 31 minutes, 36 minutes. So I do hold my trades quite long usually. Cool, Mind the Dave. That's awesome, man. Yeah, man. We there's quite a few of us. My man Ron G actually does the stream before me. He does the Asia session, like the Asia Open, and we got Mr. Jake Ricci himself, who does the New York Open, and then we got Lamelli Christian and Mitch Gamma, who do the stream during the Power Hour. Oh, just for if you're Daniel, if you're talking about the dashboard earlier, those are P&Ls. Those are P&L. That's not payout. Remember that, right? The payout's still good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not that big. I'm not making like $100,000 in payout every single month. I just want to make that very clear. I guess since we're waiting for price to kind of figure itself out, like just so you can kind of see, right? Like these are like net P&Ls, right? These are P&L months, not payout. If we go to payouts, payouts would look like this. Like these are the payouts over the given days and what have you. Those are the payouts. So not the same. Still really good, don't get me wrong. But not 100,000 every single month good though. Yes, 880. If I actually mix my futures and my options from last year, it was basically a 7-figure year. Looks like the 1R in gold was like the safest thing to do based on how we're reacting right now. Here's if we can short that down. I'll take a stab. I don't have many video comedy, or I post on my personal YouTube, which I'll post the link here. I've just done a lot of recaps. I've posted some things here and there about like the different types of strategies and what have you. I've done like an M&Q series, but if you're asking like my full-on strategy, I don't have it actually posted anywhere. What I do when I teach, actually, it's a lot that I educate on. Like students that work with me they go through 8 hours just to learn my system, and then from there on out, we do like one-on-one sessions to nurture that. So I don't actually have that publicly posted anywhere. How is CL oil traded in futures? Is it 15-minute time frame? You can trade on any time frame you want, my friend. But I don't trade oil really ever, actually. I know my man Ron G does, but I don't touch oil. take a look at NQ. Yeah, I mean, it's looking bearish. I mean, it looks like we might be able to get a short opportunity. I'm already in a trade right now, so I don't want to take another one. I need to see if we can keep this hold, though. Right now, we're tagging the 90 EMA. So for those who trade the 90 EMA, this is kind of where we would try to hug the trend to see if it can keep moving further up, right? So it'd be a little bit risky right now, to be perfectly honest, to short this just because of that 9. Let's see what we do here, though, man. Yeah, to Daniel Vickers' point there, if you're looking for the mastermind class and the strategy and what have you, everything is actually on the Discord there. If you use code STREAM, I think you get like a 50% off right now on it, and it gives you access to all the videos. Looks like the gold trade didn't work out. We didn't get follow through on it, and we ended up pushing back up. That's all good though. The gold trade that I wanted to see happen, which looks like I'm gonna get stopped out here, is I was looking to see, because we failed to continue to go higher, so I wanted to see if we could move lower, basically using that kind of as like a lower high. So the idea of like what was, if we failed to continue higher, I want to see if we would move lower. That was kind of the thought process here. Just wanted to give it a trial and see if it worked out, but getting stopped out here likely so. NQ starting to look good though. I'm gonna just put gold chart on my left side here. I'll watch the NQ because you guys are probably gonna want to trade the NQ right now too. Take a stab at 1R for NQ. We got some levels here that we're going to hold and support, so we'll see if we can break through that. Gold looks like I'm still in on one contract, even though I got stopped out on the other. Let's see if we get follow through on it, though. 29,902 part was the area that we were looking for resistance, so this could be that resistance flip support if we do get bounce, but we'll see what it does here. I don't look at the correlation between oil, but I know a lot of people do look at the correlation between oil. Let's drop some more thumbs up, guy. That's right. 23 more thumbs up, and we will do another giveaway, gang. Looks like I'm stopped out of that gold trade now. Completely. No follow through. I think longs are very much on the table. This is one of those thought processes where, like, if you don't get that continuation that you were looking for in the other direction, then possible that we might get a move up. I wouldn't take it though, but $20 more thumbs up and we'll be able to do the last giveaway here, my guys. Based on the FF indicator, man, gold still looks bearish. I may have gone stopped out, but I think the bear case is still there. This is kind of the, I'll show you guys, this is like the 5-minute trigger line. We're still holding beneath it on gold right now, so I don't know. Something tells me we can still have a very likely chance that it goes down. Yeah, it does. NQ right now. Looks like we're getting that push. Oh. The volume indicator, I've never really, I have it there just as a kind of a point of reference. It doesn't like play a heavy weight on what I do, but it's nice to have though, for sure. We got about 20 minutes? 20 minutes until the London session opens here. I don't use Bookmap, not because I don't like it, but just because I don't know anything about it, to be honest. I have absolutely nothing against it. NQ is just doing its thing. Yeah, big boy. A lot of people use Bookmap. People love that. I don't really know much about it, but I know it's very popular though. Looks like NQ starting to pull down a little bit here. Keki, man, you on top of that thing, eh? Lipa. You added me. I'll check Discord later, guys. I'm not looking at that at the moment. By the way, I've hit another trade, but it hit my stop loss at plus 500 because I've moved my stop loss. Hey, you know what? Live and learn. You caught a win still at the end of the day. Get back to the drawing board. Read the chart. Read the tape. Prepare for next time, right? All good. Yeah, we don't want to see this, but this candle close could take us out. We'll see. We'll see, man. You talking about gold right now, my friend? I'm not interested in longs on gold. Definitely more bearish. Are we at 300 now? I see 298 right now for thumbs up. All right, we're at 300 now, guys. Whenever you guys are ready, man, giveaway bot's ready to go. I'm gonna go grab a glass of water, gang. got about a minute and a half left here until the giveaway is up, guys. And 11 minutes left until London opens. Ten seconds left, gang. All right, let's see who's the winner, guys. You guys can stop spamming the chat now. Stop spamming the chat. We're going to pick a winner here. We have a winner, Mr. Mickey Trade 5. Are you here, Mr. Mickey Trade 5? You are the winner. Hey, there you are. Proof of life is there. All right, DM me on Instagram, my friend. DM me on Instagram. Show me your YouTube account so I know it's you. And I will send you the code. If there's even the slightest chance that we hit 400 thumbs up today, I'll do another one. We got one trim so far on the NQ there on the short trade. That was for 1R. Let's see if we can take 2R. I think someone else is in the short trade with me right now, right? I feel like I saw someone made the comment. I'm thinking there could be a little bit of risk about here. 878. You aren't banned. It's just that you can only win the giveaway once at a time. Daniel, hey, let's go. Zach, you hit your TP. Nice, man. That's the reason why I had set my first TP at a tighter stop. Or a tighter profit target. Just because I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get really follow through on this one. We hope it's a lower high, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see us hold beneath this area. I'd like for us to hold beneath this 902 or 897.5 area. I'd love for us to hold beneath this. Be nice. It would be nice. Do I still get anxious during trades? No, I don't. I don't. I don't because I'm sized appropriately. I'm sized for my risk. I accept the risk. You might hit my stop loss. I'm not sure what that means, Vicky. I'm not sure what that means. 6 minutes left until the London opens. What's gold doing? Gold's still chopping around. What is the biggest amount I lost? On what? On what asset? Futures, options, small caps. Vicky, do you know what Naruto is? I don't know if you're getting tripped out by this theme song because you might not know where it's from. My biggest loss on options? I think it was like probably like in like I would say my biggest loss in one trade was 3 grand. My biggest loss on options in a day was 10 grand. And that was me absolutely tilting as no tomorrow can be. Sorry, no point in typing enter, guys. We need 400 thumbs up before we can do the giveaway, guys. That was from earlier. Sorry, I moved the thing out of the way. If we want to do another giveaway, we got to hit 400. Mickey trade as well. I just want to double check. I haven't looked at my Instagram yet, but I just want to make sure, Mickey trade, that you've DM'd me on Instagram. Yes, Giaria. Okay, I do see it. I think he did message me. So I'm still waiting. I'm just gonna respond back to the giveaway winners. Give me a sec, guys. Yeah, man. Stangam Trading agrees with me. Asia's our bay, man. Asia's our bay. Yeah, man. When I started trading Asia, that was kind of really random for me, to be honest, but I don't regret it at all. If I get stopped out on this, then essentially it's a break-even trade. I trimmed one contract for 1R. If this gets knocked out, then it's break-even. I think there's always a very misinterpretation of what a strategy is. Just because I make that comment just because the question of could I use your strategy on a higher time frame? That in itself, technically, if you think about the question, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Only because what if the strategy is about higher time frames? What then, right? Should I keep the tradition alive and do a full port? Full port before the end of the session. Hold on, I gotta change my account if I'm gonna do that though. All right. Yeah, I want to see what we do here. I've changed over to an eval for now. Just so you guys know, for those who are hopping in, I do this just because we did this yesterday. I'm doing this again. I'm full porting an eval just to close out the night. Because technically speaking, my stream is already done now, but this will be my full port short trade before I walk away. There you go. That's 2 for 2 tonight, guys. It's back to back. Yesterday's full port. Today's full port. Bam. Oh, that's too funny, guys. That's too funny. Just so you guys know, this is the full port back to back. So yesterday on stream, right before we closed it out, I took a full port for 4,500 on a 150k eval that I bought with code RAKE, 50% off. Tonight, I took that same account, did another $4,500 trade. This account has officially hit its $9,000 profit target. So now, for the next 3 days, all I need to do is flip micros to make sure that I am green and gravy, and this account is officially passed. It's in the funded stage, my friends. Too funny, guys. Too funny. Too funny. Yeah, for all you guys who are just rolling in right now, guys, remember, that was an eval at the end of a stream, shooting my shot, having some fun. Not how I normally trade, guys. Not how I normally trade. There's no giveaway right now. We already did 2 giveaways. We did a giveaway when we hit 200 thumbs up. We did another giveaway when we hit 300 thumbs up. But technically speaking, the next one was 400 thumbs up. But we haven't hit that. So I won't be doing that giveaway for tonight. But anyways, this is the end of my stream already. Tomorrow night, I'll be back at it again, guys. If we can get 400 thumbs up tomorrow, that'd be a pretty sick way to close out the week. But as you guys know, if you guys are just hopping in right now, take a look at the rest of the stream. In the early part of the stream, I did do a full chart review on NQ and gold. Take a look at where I marked my levels, my prints, all those kind of things, what I was looking for. Because as I talk about every single stream, if you go through the list and you take a look at the London and then the New York session, you'll find that the things that I'm talking about will actually end up still having its relevance and playing it later. And it's kind of crazy to see, by the way, that where I exited my full port eval is exactly where it's bouncing. So I'm glad I'm out of that, because that would have been an absolute pain. I see that someone keeps asking winner list. I'm not really too sure what you mean by that. There's no winner list. So anyways, with that, I will catch you guys on stream for tomorrow. I will drop my Instagram one last time here. As usual, I will catch you guys around next time. Thanks for tuning in, guys.